Hello all, it's Con from the Middle Earth Mechanics Team 3631 here with a YouTube tutorial video on the basic website building tools on Weebly. First up, we have the title. That is a very common one to use, as is evidenced by it being at the top, and it more or less is a title to your page. It is a fairly large font. You can adjust it using this bar up here. This increases the font size, this will decrease. We're just going to stick our team name in here to simplify. See, we can enlarge it there. Bold, which it is already automatically bold. We cannot take it off of bold. Titles are automatically bold and they're stuck bold. You can italicize, or we could underline. The other thing we can do is change color with using this bar up here. You can go ahead and go under here. Down here, as you will notice, is these numbers. This is an HTML color code. If you ever want a specific color, say we're looking for the color gold. You just look up the gold HTML color code, and you can find that. Gold and yellow, we'll go with gold and yellow. We're going to copy that. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to input it. Control V and stick it on there. And now, gears is golden yellow. You can also just adjust it using either your pointer itself or using these buttons over here. Next up, we're going to go down to text. It is basically a smaller version of title, which can fit a lot more words. The sizing does not go up as high, and it does not automatically start as bold. Another tool here real quick that I can show you is a hyperlink. The way you would do a hyperlink is you would link to either an outside website, such as this, or you would link to something within your own website. Or you can link to an email or a file or a phone number. But a lot of these, the standard page, the product page, and the blog post, would generally all be inside your own site. As you can see, we don't have any blog post yet, so we can't link to anything. Outside of that, you have your orientation of your text, center, aligned right, aligned left, or just aligned full. And you can do bulleted list, numbered list. I think this clears your formatting, so don't press that button if you've just spent a whole bunch of time formatting your text. And we'll just stick our team number in here just to show us what the text here looks like. Next, we're going to go down to image. This is just a single image. You upload one image into this box. We're just going to take a random gears photo, and one of the newest functions of this is we can now edit images. You can use the editing tools they have now. This is a new thing for Weebly. You can crop it, you can filter it, adjust it, add text, or do a focus on it. Then you just click save, and it would save your changes. The crop filter is the crop tool is very handy. I haven't worked with much of the others. You can also adjust the size right here. Generally, you don't want to take it much above your original photo size due to the fact that the photo becomes grainy then. So we're going to go ahead, and I can show you one other thing you can do with this. When you want to stick it, say, like right here, we can do this to where it kind of joins with this. We now have it to where the photo is here, the text types to the side. With this particular photo, it actually looks pretty good. You could also do this if you're working like with a bio and you want the team member photo here and then the text about them over to the side. Though there are other ways to work that as well. We'll now move on to the gallery, which goes right below that. And this one just means you can upload multiple files. I'm just going to grab this whole line right here. Open. And what this does is it just lays them out more or less. Lays them out. That's all it does. So if you want something more advanced though, you can move on to the slideshow, which is where you take either a simple slideshow where it just filters through. You can have thumbnails on the bottom. You can do it by numbers. You can do thumbnails on the top, thumbnails on the right, and double thumbnails. Probably simple slideshow is the most popular and the easiest to use. We'll just go ahead and show you thumbnails on the bottom though, because that's another popular one. And here we're going to upload photos. I think we have to upload them singularly at a time, so we're not going to upload too many here, just 2. To save time. On these photos, you can add a caption if you want to these. We're just going to say random gears build right there, and we're going to click save. We're going to save this, and it should create us a slideshow down here. And yep, there is our caption as well. You can hit play, and it'll play your slideshow, but since we have only 2 photos, that's going to be rather boring. You can add more photos later, and you can change your transition style, your speed, your spacing, your caption location, all of that fun stuff. Next up is the map. The map is good for FTC teams, and there's our thumbnail to the bottom, by the way, because a lot of times people are trying to locate you. So we're just going to stick in a random location here, and it will zoom in on that location once I click outside. And now we're looking at Detroit. So the other thing you can do is adjust your zoom. So if you want to zoom your map out, that way people can actually see where you are and the towns around you rather than just your town, yeah, you can mess with your zoom. And this will change how they get, when they initially pull up the site, what's the zoom on for them, the zoom themselves. We're going to look at the contact form here. This is just more or less how people get to contact you. You can adjust the number of boxes and everything here, and what the boxes require. This one so far has a name, email, and comment. We included an extra box for on our site whether or not you want to tell us who you are, a fellow team member, FTC team member, or a sponsor or potential sponsor, or just random person. But we didn't make it required, which is what the asterisks tell you, was whether or not they're required. Next, we're going to look at once we get outside of this, we got to save it. We're going to look at the newsletter form. Newsletter form is really simple. We don't even have a newsletter. Not very many people are going to use this on an FTC team. Most of them would just check periodically on your thing. So you'd more or less just stick an email, and then later you would email out a newsletter. The button. This one is a pretty handy one, because right here, if we just adjust the button text, we can say something such as first website, if I could spell. And it's now our button is now going to read first website, and we can stick a link here. We're going to do it to a website URL, and I'm going to come over here and get the home page of first. Copy that, and we're going to paste it in here. And now if we were to come back after we publish the site and click on this button, it would take us directly to first website. That way, if you wanted to say, for more information on first, visit here and here, you could either use a button or a hyperlink. Both of those would work. Last but not least is embedding code. I have never used this because I don't know very much HTML. I've worked with some, but not enough to want to mess with a site and trying to work with that. But just to show you how it works, I did get some HTML off of online just to show you what it works. So we're going to copy that, edit custom HTML, paste, and what I have here is the website title. I don't think this is currently working right now, but the body is working, and this will show up. FTC is a program designed for teens to learn about the fields of STEM. I'm going to click outside, and presto, there it is. If I was better at HTML, I would be able to stick the color and everything in here, but I'm not sure how to do that without studying it up a bit more, so that's more of something for you to look into.